everyone, welcome back to Matt and Cat Things. Trust me, I'm not trying to do this solo today. Cat is with me, but she's behind the camera. Let's take a look. Whoa! Today we're in Parque del Oeste, which is one of our favorite parks in Madrid. And I wanted to get a video together about how we trimmed out some of the details in our IKEA kitchen. When you build an IKEA kitchen, IKEA has a lot of standard size kitchen cabinets. 12-inch cabinets, 15s, 30s, pretty typical for non-custom kitchen cabinets. So what that means is sometimes in one space you get left over some extra gaps because there's no cabinet that fits into that gap. And sometimes you make big mistakes in your planning, like I did. And you plan it too tightly. You plan it without any slop. And that's kind of what happened to me. I planned the kitchen cabinets out to the inch, and the realities of putting together a kitchen in a 100-plus-year-old home is those measurements don't always work out. So what I had to do was, where I had a 15-inch cabinet, I had to go down to a 12 because I just couldn't fit it in there. And what I chose to do was split that gap difference between the end of the run against the wall and where I had the 12, where I had the 15 and now there was a 12. So this video is going to show how we accomplished that. To do it, you got to use some special trim filler pieces, because to make it look really nice, you want it to blend right in, like it's not even there. And IKEA has some trim filler pieces that we're going to go into detail about that can make the job look professional. I want to give a big shout out to Cody at the YouTube channel Up to Code. I'll have a link in the description. He really helped me understand the concept behind this, because the way I was going to do it, the faces of the doors would have looked like they were extended further into the room than the face of the cabinet. And if that doesn't make sense, I hope that it will by the end of this video. I tried to build some little drawings also to help make this a little bit more clear. So I'll pepper those in through the video. So let's get to it. I hope you enjoy it, and all the best from us, Matt and Cat. Take care. Here you can see the cabinets after I moved them around and figured out how I was going to deal with this gap. On the left, that's where I had the 15-inch cabinet and then decided to go with the 12. And on the right, you can see where the cabinet run terminates into the wall. So I split the gap that I needed to make up between those two spaces. To get a truly professional look, we want to use some trim pieces that are color matched and have the right finish for the job. So IKEA sells these cover panels. They're used to cap off the end of a cabinet run, maybe the side of a dishwasher or whatever. A lot of tradesmen use them for all kinds of things in finished details. This is the kind of trim piece or L-tie that you can probably find on YouTube pretty easily. You basically take a piece of the panel and you can cut it. You can screw it in from the side here. You form a little L, and this screw attaches this to the cabinet. What this allows is, when you have your 3/4 inch thick door closed, it looks as if the cabinet is flush all the way into the wall. So that's pretty common. What I had a trouble finding was a way to do it between two cabinets where there's a big gap. So this is a 12-inch cabinet. I originally had a 15, but for because of a couple errors, I had to go back down to a 12. And so I had to fill this piece in. And historically, I would have run a trim piece flush across the face of these cabinets. But it's a much more professional look to have the front it built out as far as the front of your doors. So basically, I wish I had caught this before I put the countertop plywood down. But same thing, 2 corner pieces with your end piece showing, your finished edge showing. This is from the same panel, but it's got unfinished edges because I had to cut it to width. And I used a 23 gauge pin nailer to put that together, slide it in, and again, these screws hold it in. What you can't see is that this piece goes back about 4 inches. So does this. And there's another piece just like this that makes it a box. So you've got 2 pieces this way, this piece, and another piece this way. It's a lot easier to set it in, clamp it, and hold it and screw it if it's a box instead of a U. One thing you do want to do is make sure you set this piece back the slightest bit from the edge, or you can see that unfinished edge from the side. Pretty simple. Well, this is how it all came out. I'm pretty happy with it. I think that the gaps are hidden quite well. They don't really stick out. They're not obvious. Everything is flush across the face. Pretty happy. I'm going to end this video showing you my drawings that I created to help explain the process, and hopefully they can make it a little more clear.